Hello, everybody. Just announced we're getting started. How's everyone doing? I went back to my old mic, so I did some test runs with it, and it sounds pretty damn good to me. So y'all let me know. Let me just grab my Powerade real quick, and we'll get started. Okay, everyone. Monk's going to try to join us a little later. I will be checking the comment section. Alrighty. Know it's been a while. Whew. I'm going to try to stream more often. Definitely had to do this chapter, though. It's a big chapter. We're not going to go through every single little thing, but we're definitely going to go through the meatiest portions. I do have this on autoplay, so, you know, it's just easier while I'm trying to talk. Oh, well, actually, since I already did the event, actually, I don't even have to go through those parts, so... We don't have to worry about that. We can just stick straight to the story. All right, I'm wrestling on what it have some sound on. Let me see. Sound. We definitely don't want it that loud. Okay, we can put on the sound effects. That's not going to affect anything. Hey, Kevin. Hi, everybody. Let me know if I sound all right. I went back to my old head. I actually got a new headset, but I haven't configured it yet. So figured I'd go back to my first microphone. I think it sounds pretty good. I think y'all will be able to hear me well. I did some test runs with it. Now, if it get too loud, let me know. But hey, Agent of Chaos. All right, so I'm just deciding, if I turn, here's the problem. If I turn on the music, it's probably going to copy strike me. But I hate for it to be so low at the same time. It kind of takes the fun out of it. Okay, cool. So, I think we'll just have it gently playing in the back. We'll see. Might work out for us, but oh well, whatever. I don't do this for the money anyway. All right, so... Monk is probably going to join us a little later. So if I suddenly stop, that's what's going on. I'll tell her to give me a heads up when she's ready. So let's just have it like that so we can at least hear the music, because the music's really good too for the, like in terms of getting the ambiance of the scenes, you know what I'm saying? But I also don't want it to be louder than me, or Monk. So we're gonna go with that for now. I can always turn it up. Let's see. Let me turn my own sound up. Okay. Hello. Hi, Aurelila, Brian. Good to see everybody. Yeah, like I said, I got a new gaming headset, and I'm working on a new camera, one that would just be clearer, because I definitely want to continue on with Rebirth. Obviously, I've beaten it, but as far as my own camera, beating it, yeah, I really want to upgrade camera before I do that. And I feel like we're going to get some juicy part 3 news soon, so... Oh man, I mean everybody's been talking about Street Fighter. If you haven't heard, Street Fighter had this leak that seems to be credible, that Tifa will be the guest playable character. So everyone's been talking about that for days on Twitter. If you do play Ever Crisis, there's a new guild battle that'll be going on in the next couple of days. They've reawakened Flash of Destiny, which is the Final Fantasy 13 crossover. So if you missed Tifa's outfit, or Tifa, Aerith, Cloud, or Sephiroth, you can get those outfits. Matt and Glenn have some outfits right now, etc., etc., etc. So as you see, I have everything completed. Because I am a fanatic. Let's get over to Final Fantasy VII. We are finally in Disc 2. Let's just stop for a round of applause. We are out of Disc 1 hell. Since this game has been announced, we've been stuck in Disc 1 for 10 years, people. 10 years. Oh my God. 11, I guess, if you count this year. God, it's flying by. Whoo, so this is very exciting. Even in Ever Crisis, yes, it's a mobile game, blah, blah, blah. Still exciting. And I still have a feeling that the city is going to give us some juicy stuff to look forward to as well. When they did a poll of characters you wanted added the most, Tifa was #1 by a landslide. Amazing. So, and Tifa's already been mentioned, you know, and Cloud is wearing this cloudy wolf symbol and all that. So, you know, I mean, it seems like we're definitely gonna get some Tifa action going at some point. Yeah, I used to play Street Fighter all the time, Kevin, but I mean, you know, that was a very, very, very long time ago. But I will say, I will say, if Tifa is announced for this game, I will be pre-ordering it immediately, and I will be playing it immediately. I have no shame in my game. All right, let's go ahead and get started, because by the time Monk joins, I want to be in Northern Crater, but I do want to go quickly through. Basically, this starts right after we leave Disc 1, right after Aerith's death. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so make sure y'all can still hear me. Yeah, y'all still hear this Steam audio. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, okay, good. I'm just gonna make it bigger so y'all can see things more clearly. Yeah, and I was thinking Aura Lila. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. I was thinking, you know, this is a game with Chun-Li in it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so imagine Tifa gets some Chun-Li outfit as like a bonus outfit or something. That would be freaking cool. Oh my God. There's so many things they could do with this. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, now I can't say she'll be in, you know, like I said, I don't play it, so I don't know if she's in all of them or not, but that would be cool, even if she's not literally in the game. That would be freaking awesome if they do some kind of outfit crossover or something. Hey, honey bun. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. Again, let me know if I'm too loud, the music's too loud, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. Caveat. Yes, I am using what I call the Cloudy Gang, because Yuffie is the #1 Cloudy fan. Air's pretty up there too. And Zach, I don't know if I say he's a, you know, I'd say he's more like Cloud, you dork, if you don't go tell that girl you like her. Sephiroth heads for the Promised Land. Braving the freezing cold, Cloud and his friends travel north in pursuit of... Okay, I'm going to have to take this off of auto, I see. Whoop, sorry. Okay, there we go. Sure is cold up here. Barrett. Sure is cold up here. Feels like my body will freeze solid if I'm not careful. Barrett, if you keep moving, it'll raise your body temperature. So basically they're going through that whole thing. They're kind of, in this particular part, if you played OG, they're just kind of alluding to what you have to do in order to survive this area. There's a mini game, of course, because there's a mini game for every damn thing. There's a mini game involved. Blah blah blah. There's snowboarding. They skip the snowboarding. You just do a couple of fights and wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. God, Tifa looks amazing. I mean, even though she's like practically disappearing in that white, but the white on white looks awesome. It's no use. I'm fighting my butt off, and I'm still freezing. Yeah, so they're still talking about how cold it is. It is freezing. Yeah, I can't wait for Northern Continent. Oh my God, so much to be excited about with this too, or as you know, we in the re-trilogy era would say, part 3. Come on, Tifa. Tifa says, come on, we're almost there. And of course, Cloud immediately starts walking. They could be walking a little faster than that, considering how cold it is out there. But hey, you know, what do I know? We made it. Great job, everyone. No one lives here, apparently, so we're free to stay. Well, no one lives here now. Yuffie, it's such a rickety little shack, as cold as it's as cold in here as it is outside. Red 13, and this dust. I don't think anyone's been here in years. A very long time. You know, it's such a sad little irony that, you know, Aerith doesn't even remember any of this because she was a baby. But like, she dies right before she's able to go back home. You know what I mean? It's just sad. At least it's shielding us from the wind. Well, now, this is quite the facility. Shinra has its hooks in even a remote town like this, huh? Of course. Looks like we've got access to video. You know, one has to wonder why they go to so many of these little remote areas, but I think the answer is probably obvious. I don't know if they ever actually say this, just because there's so much material. Honestly, if you know and I've forgotten, you know, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to tell me. But you know, these little areas, you're going to be able to get away with a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're wanting to get away with human experimentation and all this stuff. Hi, Peach Mighty. If you're wanting to get away with all this, you know, crazy human experimentation and all types of stuff, you know, little remote towns that nobody knows about, that's the place to go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can believe it. And, now, of course, in this case too, you know, now I'm starting to wonder, did Gas think he was escaping here? Because clearly Shinra probably knew about it. But perhaps he built all this stuff. You know, we've been in Disc 1 for so long that I've forgotten a decent amount of lore around High School and stuff. So that's something I'm going to personally be getting back into. I'm definitely going to be replaying this too. I'm just so excited for part 3. I can't even think straight. I've loved, you know, getting this lore with the Cetra and Professor Gast. Of course, which I already knew, but it's just it's nice to see it in game. If you didn't already, if you didn't know, if you haven't already played OG, there's a lot of things that are missable. So yeah, it's nice that, you know, you don't have any opportunity to miss stuff like this in the Evercrest event. They just show it to you. So if you're unaware, Gast is, and by the way, huge spoiler alerts, everybody. Okay, hey Tal, huge spoiler alerts. I am a compilation person. Okay, so I am liable to drop information from any part of the compilation at any moment. I'm just warning you now. So if you are not one to be spoiled by things that are going past Eric's death, please. This isn't the channel for you. I'm sorry. Or certainly this isn't the stream for you. All right. So, this is Professor Gast, who is Eric's biological father. Ifalna in the background, is, Eric's mother, of course, her biological mother. Then Ifalna, please tell us about the Cetra. They are a couple, and obviously they had a kid together, but it's also kind of hard to tell based on this how this relationship started. I don't know if they ever fill in that gap, how they met, and like, was she a research subject for him initially? Because clearly he's recording all of this, and she's explaining about the Cetra and all that. Gas is the one that uncovered Jenova, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and Jenova had been mistaken for an ancient. Ancient is another word for Cetra. Eric is a half Cetra. Her mother's a full Cetra. Most of them died off 2 years ago, and she's about to explain all this, okay? 2,000 years ago, not 2,000. and so, yeah, a lot of what went down just because, this isn't, people from an ancient civilization, the first people to walk this planet or whatever, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that has to be passed down, otherwise it's lost to history, which I imagine is why he's also recording it. Alrighty. The first ones to discover the planet's wound were the Cetra at the North Pole. So they're talking about Jenova's arrival. Yeah, Kevin, there might be some stuff buried in Dirge of Cerberus, but I mean, obviously it is the redheaded stepchild, so if it was in there, I don't remember it. All right, tell us, Ifalna, where is the land called Nose People? No, not Nose People. Jesus, sorry. I'm so bad at reading out loud. Nose Pole. Nose Pole refers to this area. The Cetra then began a planet reading. Ifalna, what exactly does planet reading entail? Yeah, he definitely was trying to protect. I mean, they definitely became a couple at some point. I just don't know if they became a couple and then he found out, or he found out and that's how they met, and then they fell in love. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know which order it was. I can explain it very well, but it's like having a conversation with the planet. I can't explain it very well. It said something fell from the sky, making a large wound. So they're talking to the planet, and the planet's like, yeah, we just got hit by something crazy. Go check it out. Thousands of Cetra pulled together, trying to heal the planet. But due to the severity of the wound, it was only able to heal itself over many years. Do the ancients, rather the Cetra, have special powers to heal the planet? No, it's not that kind of power. The life force of all living things on this planet becomes its energy. Now, that's very important to when we're thinking about the re-trilogy and what all these things we feel are new or seem to be new mean. One thing that I think is important to remember about the Cetra, they are not omniscient. They are not, gods on Earth. They simply have a special connection to the planet. And I'm not downplaying them, but what I am saying is I think a lot of times people have completely unrealistic expectations as to what a Cetra can do. Remember, there were thousands of them trying to heal the planet at one point, and it took many years because she just said it's not that kind of power. Okay. I know this is gonna sound funny, but it almost feels like a kind of a spirit bomb type thing. Like if enough of the collective, focus their energy into one goal, that they can make certain things happen, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what she's kind of alluding to, in my opinion, here. The Cetra tried desperately to cultivate the land so that, but at the same time, Jenova is a reckoning of her own type. You get what I'm saying? So, she's a calamity from the sky, as Vincent said. So, it's just something, if it was something of the planet, I think it probably would have been an easier time to deal with. But something completely alien to the planet, that's a whole other thing. So, the Cetra tried desperately to cultivate the land so that the energy needed for the planet to heal would not be depleted. And when I think about what she means by cultivating the land, like it says, all living things become its power. So the more that is flourishing, when you even tie it to what Eric said, in chapter 2 of Rebirth, she said, now I kind of made fun of it because it sounded a little childish, like, oh, everything's so green. But really, I mean, if you think about the fact that they're saying the more life force that's on the planet, the easier time it has to heal itself, that makes sense that they're trying to flourish the planet, that does make sense. Tal says, hello, not sure about the spirit bomb, but their power does seem to be spiritual in a sense. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, she's saying everything on the planet is part of its life force, So I kind of thought I know I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan, but I kind of thought of a spirit bomb. Okay. Even here, so close to the North Cave, the snow never melts. Is that because energy is gathered here to heal the injury? Yes, the energy that was needed to heal the planet withered away the land. And so the planet tried to persuade the Cetra to leave the Nose Pole, but Ifalna, let's take a break. I'm all right. When the Cetra were preparing to part with the land they loved, that's when it came to them. And this is also very important, again, when you're trying to understand what we're looking at in this re-trilogy. It appeared differently to different people. This is a very important part. It appeared differently to different people. For some, it looked like their late mother. For others, a lost sibling, illusions from their past. Think about Jenova's powers, and think about what Sephiroth said to Cloud in Rebirth. She can become those you hate, those you fear, those you love. And that's why in Gongaga, Cloud became so obsessed with the idea that he became paranoid when he thought of that part, those you love. He actually reverses it, what he says. In the English it's less clear, but in the Japanese, whereas Sephiroth starts the opposite way with the sentence, one way with the sentence, Cloud starts the opposite way. He looks at Tifa and says, those you love. He's now convinced himself Tifa is an illusion of Jenova. So this is exactly what Ifalna is saying. And another reason why I say people put too much sauce on what Cetras are capable of. And at the end of the day, they're in a way human. There's certainly a human side to them, because what she's saying is they still have the same emotions as humans, loved ones they want to see again, people that they fear, etc., etc. And Jenova plays on these emotions. So it doesn't matter, Cetra or human, she plays on these emotions. And that's how she's able to destroy the Cetra. Who or what was it that appeared at the North Cave? It's all rather mysterious. It was the one who injured the planet. Or the crisis from the sky, as we came to call it. This being first approached the Cetra as a friend, but then deceived them and finally gave them the virus. The Cetra were ravaged by the virus and went mad, transforming into monsters. And that's another thing. It's like, kind of like she's able to infect people as well. She's able to turn people into monsters, etc. The Cetra were ravaged by the virus, and then started transforming into monsters. Then just as it had approached the Cetra and Nose Pole, it made contact with other Cetra clans, infecting them as well. Like, this is the awesome, terrifying power of Jenova. You don't look well. Let's call it a day. Hey, Ifalna is Aerith's mother, right? Indeed, and Professor Gas was in charge of the Jenova project. This is footage from the Jenova project. What is this stuff? I've never seen any of it before. So, what they're realizing is Jenova, Aerith's father was in charge of the Jenova project. And of course, they've been learning the hard way who Jenova is for a while. Looming thread. Oh, sorry. Planet Crisis. Let's go to the weapon. Once Monk comes, we'll kind of just go ahead and go to the Northern Cave, but I'm just trying to stall a little bit while she comes in. Let's watch the other videos. Well, plus it is really interesting stuff. I mean, if you're into the lore. We might find out more information on the Jenova project, because they're also trying to figure out how to defeat Jenova, obviously. Ifalna, can you comment on the thing called weapon? Yes, Professor. The one you mistook for a Cetra was named Jenova. Yeah, so this is where she's telling him, hey, that chick ain't one of us. Okay? That's the crisis from the sky. The planet knew this entity had to be destroyed. You see, as long as Jenova exists, the planet will never be able to fully heal itself. So to fulfill this task, the planet created a weapon of its own. Now, what's interesting is in this, and there are a few differences here. I just want to make it clear. There are a few differences because I don't know about this specific dialogue to be fair, because I don't remember exactly what she was saying. But like, even when we get further into it, they only mention one weapon every time, but we all know if you played OG, there's several weapons that rampage the planet. So just a little caveat to keep in mind, because obviously there's already more than one weapon. So in the re-trilogy, yes, but there's no record of weapon ever being used. A small number of surviving Cetra defeated Jenova and confined it. So she had dwindled their numbers to nearly nothing. But they managed finally to contain her. The planet produced weapon, but it was no longer necessary to use it. That's why the weapons lay dormant. So weapon no longer exists on this planet. Weapon cannot vanish. It lies dormant somewhere on the planet. Even though Jenova is confined, it could come back to life at any time. The planet has not fully healed itself yet, so it is still wary of the threat that Jenova poses. Where is weapon? I don't know. I can no longer hear the voice of the planet, at least not well. Now, this again is another thing that that Ifalna and Aerith have in common. Aerith, in Language of Flowers, it first starts off with sort of a, honestly kind of a Dear Destiny type thing, because when there's a letter that they released with Crisis Core that she wrote Zach. And there's a phrasing inside of what she says in Language of Flowers that's like what she says in that letter. So, but anyway, that's not here nor there. in Language of Flowers, and you know, in the game in general, she mentions that, you know, she's having trouble hearing the planet. So that's interesting because her mother, who is a full Cetra, also can no longer hear the voice of the planet, at least not well. Can kind of hear it, can't really hear it. Very, you know, just a parallel there. Times have changed. The planet is most likely observing and waiting in silence. Ifalna just looks so tortured and traumatized. Thank you, Ifalna. That will be all for today. Weapon, do you know anything about this? Vince is like, I don't know. I've heard that it's some kind of special material. You mean like an extra super awesome material? Let's go get it. You saw the video. They don't know where it is. Maybe the other videos will tell us where. Yeah, there's some sections we're going to skip after this. This one is covering how Ifalna came to be captured by Hojo. So we're going to skip past this. For somebody who, you know, like, I guess, well, this is old technology. That's why Vincent knows how to use it, but he's completely confused by a cell phone. Daughter's record, 30 days after birth. So this would be March 7th, by the way. March 7th, 1985. Pretty sure she was born 1985. Aerith, I'm talking about. The video camera again? Are you planning on recording every minute of her life? Oh, she definitely a wifey now. She the way she got those hands on it and everything. Oh, come now. This is our daughter, yours and mine. Don't you want to capture her childhood on videotape? If you keep doting on her like that, she won't grow up to be strong. Dang, sound a little mean, don't it? Yes, indeed, Peach Marty. Aerith is different from other children. Who knows what dangers await her? Wait, what didn't you know, Peach Marty? I'm sorry, I've said so much. I don't know what I said. Aerith is different from other children. Who knows what dangers await her? Don't say that. Whatever happens, I will always protect my family. Well, got bad news for you, Gast. You and Aerith are my only treasures. I'll never let you go. Darling, you made me feel so happy. They are too cute, aren't they? They kind of Zack and Aerith coded too, if you think about it. If I hadn't met you, Oh, Aerith's birthday, yeah. It's February 7th, 1985. Because Tifa's born in 1987 and Aerith is 2 years older than her. Who could that be? I was just about to... how dare they intrude on our private time together? Hee hee, why don't I get rid of them for you then? Ooh, they're about to work on baby number 2, it sounds like. This is getting a little past PG-13 in a minute here. Yes, I'll be right there. Who could it be, I wonder? You people are... I also noticed Ifalna wears a bow in her hair. God, Hojo is hideous. I've been searching for you, Ifalna, or should I say Cetra. Long time no see, Professor Gast. Hojo, how did you find us? Please, I can scarcely remember a time when I didn't know exactly where you were. "2 years I waited." Uh-oh. This ain't sounding good. That's how much I wanted this new sample. New sample. So he's been trying to find him for 2 years. You don't mean Aerith? Aerith? What a nice name. God, this man is pure evil. I've severed all ties with Shinra. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Please, Aerith has nothing to do with it. Uh-oh. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. There we go. Okay. Ifalna. No, save your breath. I'm the only one you're after, right? Oh, I'll need all of you for my experiment. You understand, don't you, Professor Gast? We can change the future of the planet. Don't worry, Ifalna. I'll take care of this. Please don't put up a fight. I don't want any harm to come to my precious sample. What a funny looking camera. Guard, destroy it. So everything else that happens off camera, but it's going to be pretty obvious what's going on. Take good care of our guest. What are you doing, Professor? Ifalna, take care of the run. Silence. No, darling. Yeah, he's dead. Gas is dead, I'm afraid. Don't forget the child. What's this? Videos? The ancient's weapon? A mountain of treasure. So that's how he came to learn about Jenova, the weapon, all that. Because Gas couldn't help himself. He had to record every damn thing. So they just not only witnessed Aerith's murder, but her mother's murder too. One by the father, killing the father. One by the son, killing the daughter. I mean, the ruthless irony in all of this. So they're all angry, obviously. Cloud is the one to step in. He says, Hojo has to pay for what he did, but our priority is Sephiroth. Yeah, like the planet kind of being in complete danger. We got to focus on that. We'll leave at dawn. So you had to get some rest. All right, so let's do the introduction to the Northern Cave. Northern Cave. Jesus, it's too late for me. Northern Cave, and then we'll go into the Nibelheim illusion. Okay. Yeah, what we skipped over, they kind of gloss over what goes down with Elena. They kind of make their own version of what happens with Elena when she comes across the group, etc. With nature itself seemingly standing against them, Cloud and his friends traverse the frozen wastes to finally reach the planet's wound in the northern reaches. Yeah, Hojo is the absolute worst, yeah. Like, everything's an experiment to him. Everything's just something for him to, you know, get his rocks off with his sick curiosity of everything. Nothing is sacred to him. He cherishes nothing, which I think kind of is a juxtaposed to Cloud and Tifa both saying there's nothing I don't cherish. Tifa says it in Dear Destiny. Cloud says it obviously in Having Children, which everybody knows that line. And it's the exact same line, by the way. An old crater. Something fell out of the sky and crashed here, leaving a scar on the planet. That must be why the planet's energy gathers here. It's taken a very long time to heal a very old wound. Sephiroth took that energy and is trying to use it to summon Meteor. Next time the wound won't be so small. You can almost think of Jenova as a foreign object. Let's say someone got shot. It's, you know, a lot of times they have to leave the bullet in because, you know, taking it out may be more dangerous than just leaving it there. And I'm just using this as the best example I can come up with because I've been watching a medical drama all week, okay? Your body will heal itself around it, but it can never get rid of the bullet. Do you see what I'm saying? Jenova kind of feels like that. It's just, and the body is, and especially if it's something a little more malignant in a way, something that's still damaging the body, like Jenova is. The wound is constantly trying to heal itself, but never can. Let's say you have something that's shifting inside your body, you know. Yeah, it's gonna keep trying to heal it, and keep trying to make that scar tissue, but it can never fully heal. That's kind of what I feel Jenova is with what she's done, you know, with the way she's infected the planet. The time has come to settle things with Sephiroth, huh? I've lost many things because of him. Let's go. See, people have to realize Tifa has lost just as much as Cloud. You know, and that's why, and she has the same reasons for settling with Sephiroth. Settling things with Sephiroth. So, I think that's in part why it was easy to do a transition from Cloud to Tifa when she becomes party leader. She has a lot of the same motivations, but on top of that, she also has the motivation of finding Cloud again. Yes, we'll stop Sephiroth once and for all. Notice that dialogue's between them. Bam, 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 bam. I play way too much Ever Crisis, so like I'm way overpowered on these battles. Yeah, Kevin, that's a good question as to whether, the Nibelheim illusion will be CGI or not. Certainly parts of it could be, but I do wonder if they're going to try to just basically turn it into a movie, that sequence, or, because a lot of Gongaga, most of Gongaga, and once that whole sequence started, you don't actually play through. You basically only just control the order in which Tifa sees the memories and press a couple of buttons to quote unquote move the weapons forward, but it's largely just you watching, so that's certainly possible. There's nothing really playable in terms of Nibelheim illusion. Now the live stream sequence I have another opinion on, but yeah. Highwind Bridge. I finally found it. This is incredible. This is the promised land that the president has been searching for. So they believe they have reached the promised land. But I'll be the one who gets it. Sorry, old man. If you don't know, by the way, and just a little fun fact, Rufus got to Shinra so fast because he was intending on killing his father. Sephiroth just beat him to the punch. That land will belong to no one. It's where the reunion will take place. They will all gather there. I wonder if we will see Sephiroth. This guy is like so... God. He is so evil. He don't want to see Sephiroth because like it's his son. He wants to see Sephiroth as part of some human experimentation nonsense he's got going on between the aliens and alien Jenova and all these humans he's tortured and experimented on. All right, let's not worry about Whirlwind Maze. Let's just go straight to Nibelheim Illusion and Truth. If we went through this whole thing, I mean, we'd be here literally half the night because I recorded all of it. By the way, if you want to see the full thing uninterrupted, it's on my stream, on my channel. You can go look it up. But it literally is over an hour of just recording. And I had it on auto. So, like, it's a long, long, long chapter. One thing to notice, however, you notice Cloud and Tifa are by themselves here. That is interesting because in the original, there's always a third party member that's with them. But what they've decided to do for Ever Crisis is make it just Cloud and Tifa. And what's striking to me about that is, so for instance, when they did Aerith's burial, they actually changed the way it looked so that it matched Rebirth. And there are certain things that they have changed in Ever Crisis to make it match Rebirth. So then one has to wonder, are they just going to have Cloud, Tifa, and Sephiroth in this sequence? That's a very interesting change. And it would make sense because Sephiroth, because the Nibelheim incident is about Cloud and Tifa. Like, what does Barrett being there have to do with anything? You know, what does Red 13 being there have to do with anything? You get what I'm saying? So it would make sense that it would just be the Nibelheim Trinity. So that's a change I saw in here that I'm really excited about. Now, there are some things they do to just streamline. Like I said, they only mention one weapon the whole time when there's several weapons. You know, we all know that there's multiple weapons now. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. If y'all could, for those who are watching, please hit that like button. It does help with the algorithm. I would appreciate it. Alrighty. Calm down, Tifa. I'm right here. She said, what is this? What happened? Everything's gone. Gone white. Cloud, where are you? Calm down, Tifa. I'm right here. Sephiroth is near. Anything could happen. This is going to be so good. So good in part 3. I cannot wait. This is Nibelheim? But why? This is an illusion that Sephiroth's made up. He's trying to confuse us. Well, he's definitely trying to do that. It'll be all right. As long as we know it's an illusion, there's nothing to be afraid of. Come on, let's keep going. Tifa, yeah, you're right. Look! Love Sephiroth just casually strolling by like he's not Sephiroth, you know. All right, let's go. Still interesting they have 3 infantrymen here instead of 2. But whatever. Could be nothing. Now we see Zack. Ooh, what is he doing here? Stop this, Sephiroth. So stupid. Now, for those who know the original, we know that was a real memory. Cloud, this is just an illusion. Don't worry about it. What's next? Stop it already. Now, Tifa's in an unwinnable position here because at the train station, like, she's been trying to talk to Cloud about this, but she sees he has a very fractured memory and is very fragile. He is very fragile in this space. So, man, she's in an unwinnable position here. And now Sephiroth is trying to break him with the truth. Tifa still doesn't know. Tifa had no idea Cloud really was here. So you have to think about the damage if she had just kept insisting that he was never there and none of this happened to him. He never watched his mom burn to death. He never watched his village burn down. You have to manage the psychological damage saying something like that to him would be, even though it would be without ill intent, it would be with innocent intent. It still would have a very bad psychological effect because he was there. He was just hiding himself from her, so she had no idea. That's why she's so confused when he's saying this and calm. She's like, I don't know what the hell to believe because he knows too much to, like, first off, why would he lie about this, about our village being burned down? But he knows too many details to have heard it from a third party. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's too many specifics about things that he couldn't possibly know. So, man, this is what's so good about this part. This is actually what happened 5 years ago. But it's probably not going to be me coming out of Shinra Manor. He's going to try and show us another stupid illusion. See? Didn't I tell you? Now, Cloud, he's saying it's a stupid illusion, but I think subconsciously, he knows he wasn't the one that ran out of Shinra Manor. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's so much stuff happening at the same time. It's like, he's thinking Sephiroth is going to try to confuse me by showing me the truth. But this is the truth. He's just suppressed it. Man, the scariest thing about Sephiroth is his sheer genius, intellect, and the way he gaslights people literally and figuratively, clearly. But, man, the way he uses, like 70% of the truth to spin a huge 30% lie that completely breaks Cloud. Because so many of the details are real. Cloud thinks, well, they must all be real. Hey, it's you. You're still saying. And Tifa does, they don't know what to believe. They both have completely different versions of Nibelheim that day. Well, not different versions, but different, different perspectives of the same events. It's very fascinating. Then come over here and help me. Zangan is Tifa's teacher. Oh, Kevin, they said that the game is playable now. I mean, the game is basically done. And they were already working on this game before Rebirth even came out. I mean, there's no way they're not near, the end of, very near the end of production for part 3. I have no doubt in my mind. They're probably just cleaning up stuff, seeing what things they need to tweak. But they've been working on this game for years before even Rebirth was done. According to what the devs have said. I don't want to watch this. Cloud, don't watch. I'll check this house. You check that one over there. What's wrong, Tifa? I told you before, right? As long as we know it's an illusion, there's no need to be scared. Sephiroth, I know you're listening. I know what you want to say. That I wasn't in Nibelheim 5 years ago. That's it, isn't it? I see you finally understand. I understand what it is you're up to. You're trying to confuse me, right? But seeing these things won't affect me. I remember it all. The heat of the fire, the pain in my body, and in my heart. All true. Oh, is that so? It's I'm trying to do a Sephiroth impression right there. You're just a puppet. You have no heart. You cannot feel any pain. How can there be any meaning in the memory of such a being? What I've shown you is the reality. What you remember, that is the illusion. Part true. Cloud. Do you understand? I don't want to understand. So like Tifa's in limbo. She's like, I know that was Zach there, but Cloud has so many of these memories. She can't make sense of this because she's not connecting this to Jenova's powers, and probably doesn't even know that Jenova could transfer. I don't even think that they have said it. So she probably doesn't even know that Jenova can transfer memories. Hey, Monk. I was like, what the hell is that? All right. I'm sorry. I know we were halfway through this, but Monk is here. So what we're going to do, and I'm not going to give all the commentary I gave before. But this is the heart of what we wanted to cover. So we're going to start this Nibelheim illusion over. We're going to go through, let me think. We're going to go through Nibelheim illusion, Nibelheim truth. We don't need that other stuff. The promised land is, we don't need to see that. Oh, wait. No, we do need to see that part where Cloud says, you've been so good to me. That might be Nibelheim's truth, though. We'll see. We might have to go to one of these, but otherwise we're going to skip that. And what I'd like to do is the 7 days later, because that's the train station scene. And then I'd like to do episode 4. Okay, so 4 things, yeah. Hey, Monk, how you doing? Oh, good. Hold on though. I don't have you set up. 1 second here. Okay. Say something again. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you good. Okay. But yeah, this is so people in the audience, I guess what I would call you. What are y'all all familiar with this too and what happens in it? Yeah, I'll get her audio up and running here. But yeah, are y'all all familiar with this too, or anybody who just came into the series and has no idea what the hell I'm talking about? Just taking a small break here. Short break while I get the audio for Monk set up. No, she isn't talking right now. We're taking a short break. And then we're going to go, like I said, we're going to do Nibelheim illusion, Nibelheim truth. We'll do the train station. That's the 7 days later. And we'll do the no getting off this train because Tifa makes a speech here after they escape that I love a lot. Okay, cool. Agent Chaos. Cool. Hey, Devil Hunter. Yeah, I've been waiting for this for so freaking long. And it's the best part of the story. I mean, it really is. It's really when the story kicks off. It's not like there aren't a lot of great moments, in disc 1, but a lot of it is just chasing around Sephiroth. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it is, it's, the one thing I would say about Rebirth, and, to be fair, they didn't have a lot of story to work with. I mean, so the stuff like, adding Gongaga was excellent, stuff like that. But there are a lot of things where they're just kind of bouncing from place to place, looking for Sephiroth, looking for clues for Sephiroth. So it really feels like in this too, that is where, yeah, where things get like really take off. Alrighty. Alright, I'm going to take a short break. Just give me 2 minutes here. I need to grab some water. My voice is breaking up. Be right back. Okay, let's see. Hello. Monk, you back?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, and I got your audio. Yay! Okay, let me add you to the other one. 1 second. Okay, want to make sure everybody can hear you on both. Monk, here we go. Okay, say something again.
Testing. Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Awesome. All right, everybody. So are we ready for Nibelheim illusion? Whoop whoop. Hey, Jenova, say hey, Mom.
I came back at the right time. It looks like.
Yes. Oh yeah, you came at the right time. Peach Marty says hey. Agent says hey. Alrighty, I'm going to do a quick little announcement that Monk has joined the fray, and then let's keep it moving. Aurelila says hi.
Hi everybody.
Let's see. Tifa. Oh, just joined the conference. Okay. All right, let's get this started. Nibelheim illusion. And again, if always just let me know if sound levels are good. I went back to my old headset or whatever. No, my old speaker. No, shut up. My old mic. I'm insane. Went back to my old mic and it works way better. So everybody can hear me pretty well as far as I know. So yeah, I'm excited. We should be good. Alrighty. Nibelheim's illusion.
All right.
I did already tell them it's very interesting that the only two that are here are Cloud and Tifa, and that might have some implications for part 3. That's awesome. What is this? What's happening?
Yep.
Everything's gone white. Cloud, where are you? Calm down, Tifa. I'm right here. She's so panicked. Sephiroth is near. Anything could happen. This is Nibelheim? This is an illusion that Sephiroth's made up. He's trying to confuse us. It'll be alright. As long as we know it's an illusion, there's nothing to be afraid of. Come on, let's keep going. Yeah, you're right. Look! Who goes there? Sephiroth just casually strolling by. Nothing to be afraid of.
Even when he's like 3 apples tall, that man has swagger.
Yes. And now, to be clear for people, just in case you're not aware, this is a literal memory, like a literal event that happened. It's not like Sephiroth, it's not like with Zack and Rebirth where he's like, oh, you're here. It's like, that's why he's not interacting with them in this. This is exactly what happened when they first went to Nibelheim. Mm-hmm. And who is that hedgehog right there? Stop this, Sephiroth. So stupid. So Cloud Strife.
He's
like, whatever. He's like, whatever, you're not tricking me. Cloud, this is just an illusion. Don't worry about it. Gotta feel so bad for Tifa. What's next? Stop it already. Zack the Hedgehog, yes, Agent of Chaos. That's what I always called him. This is actually what happened 5 years ago. So what I was explaining to them, Monk, is what's so trippy about this? The reason Tifa's in an impossible situation is because imagine if she had told him he was never there. He was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like the psychological effect that would have on him to tell him. What I'm saying is, like, imagine she's saying you weren't. These memories aren't real. You weren't there, but he knows he was there. But the memories have been suppressed, right? You know what I'm saying? And also twisted by Jenova. That would be far more psychologically damaging, in my opinion, than her just not saying anything, really, because you see how mentally fragile this man is in this state. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like Tifa did make the right call, considering the option that she had. And this is something that I've always talked about, which is why I always say that Sephiroth this is like his peak moment of motivation here, because gaslighting Cloud, gaslighting Tifa too, because Sephiroth is the only person in this situation who has all the facts.
Yes.
He literally hides and misconstrues events here, knowing that Tifa doesn't know all of the information. Cloud.
Yes.
Sephiroth gets all the cards, and he uses it to his advantage.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just a genius of it all. It really is, because Sephiroth
really
also knows he's the only one that knows the full truth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And then he uses that information against both Cloud and Tifa.
Yes. I mean, it's really masterful what he does here. Man. All right. So, this is actually what happened 5 years ago. So, real memory. He knows this is what happened. But, it's probably not going to be me coming out of Shinra Manor. He's going to try and show us another stupid illusion. And what I was telling them also is this is a very interesting moment, because Cloud knows he wasn't the one to come out of Shinra Manor. But in his mind, he's thinking, because again, he's so jumbled and confused by it, he's thinking Sephiroth is going to try to trick him into believing he wasn't the one that came out of Shinra Manor. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's using this as a trick, when in fact, he really didn't.
This is what actually happened here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
See, didn't I tell you? Hey, it's you. You're still sane, right? That's a good question to ask.
No, man.
That was a great question. They come over here and help me. I don't want to watch this. Cloud, don't watch. I'll check this house. You check that one over there. What's wrong, Tifa? I told you before, right? As long as we know it's an illusion, there's no need to be scared. Sephiroth, I know you're listening. I know what you want to say. That I wasn't in Nibelheim 5 years ago. That's it, isn't it? I see you finally understand. I understand what it is you're up to. You're trying to confuse me, right? Yeah, Devil Hunter, you're right, by the way, and this is important to mention. They said not to mention if Tifa said anything that Jenova didn't want her to say, Jenova would have just prevented Cloud from hearing it anyway. Exactly. And that's one thing that people also don't realize, that Jenova, just like when Aerith says Zack's name in the park and Cloud has that fizz moment, she stops him from hearing his name. You know what I'm saying? She does this from time to time.
And here's you is also talked about not only in Rebirth, but here as well, where Tifa is like surprised that Cloud not moving your It says your words can no longer reach him. Like it's like they could quite literally block her from even being able to talk.
Yeah, and we'll see that later in this even too. So. But seeing these things won't affect me. I remember it all. The heat of the fire, the pain in my body and in my heart. Oh, is that so? You are just a puppet. You have no heart and cannot feel any pain. How can there be any meaning in the memory of such a being? What I have to show you is reality. What you remember, that is the illusion. Part true. It's crazy.
That's the most effective. But that they always say the most effective lie is the one that's got a
rooted in truth
in there.
One that's rooted in the truth, and that's what is so effective about this. It's crazy. 1 second. Okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna switch headphones because I can't hear now to this one. 1 second. Well, I can hear, but not as well. Okay, I got some new headphones. New handy dandy headphones. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Nice. Okay. Now that's much better.
Yeah, Brian in the chat says Monk is breaking up and muffled a bit.
That might
so
be.
I don't know. Do I need?
No. Hold on. Give me a second. Well, let's turn this down. Okay. Oh shoot! And now I'm doing double. Okay. Never mind. Let me go back to the other ones. Okay. Say something, Monk, and then
Testing.
Oh, they said Monk sounds okay now. Okay. Tal, let me know if you have any issues again, okay? I'll switch again. But I think we got it settled. It's the crackling. She's not crackling. It's the crackling of the fire. It's loud. I just, because I was trying to figure out what the hell that was too. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what that was too. So I'm going to turn that down so we can hear it. Because that's effective. I'm like, damn. Okay.
Right? Good Lord.
All right, so, okay. All right, now, Cloud. Do you understand? By the way, what's so funny about that? I'm sorry, that NPC over there. I'm pretty sure they used the exact same NPC later when Tifa's about to be executed. I'm like, did he live? Like, yo, this is a little lazy. Whew. Anyway, I don't want to understand. But I want to ask you one thing. Why are you doing this? Okay, Brian. Yeah, well, just keep an eye out for it. They say you sound better. Okay. But I want to ask you one thing. Why are you doing this? I want you to take back your real self, the one who gave me the black materia that day. Who would have ever thought that a failed experiment would prove so useful? Hojo would die if he knew. Hojo? What does he have to do with me? 5 years ago, you were constructed by Hojo piece by piece, right after Nibelheim was burned to the ground. A puppet made from potent Jenova cells, her knowledge within, and the power of Mako. An incomplete Sephiroth clone, not even given a number. That is your reality. Cloud, don't listen to him. Just cover your ears, close your eyes. What's wrong, Tifa? I'm not affected by this at all. All that talk of Hojo constructing you is a lie. I mean, we have memories together, don't we? When we were kids, those starlit nights. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I got choked up at that line all the time.
And that would this all kind of tie in because of the novel.
Okay, I think I see what he's saying now.
Yeah,
start that over. But you were. I see what he's saying now. When you start talking longer, you start going out for some reason.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, definitely.
Am I much coming better, in at all? Mm-hmm. Can you hear me?
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. I was saying that, Tifa talking about the Starlit Nights, we know how important that memory is to her in traces of two past and dear destiny.
Absolutely.
As well.
Absolutely. She is always going back to that night under the stars.
That is a key memory. So her pulling that up is it's one of those key memories that she holds on to very tightly.
Absolutely. Tifa, why do you seem scared by your own words? Shall I show everyone here what's in your heart? It seems the prospect makes her uncomfortable. Of course he flips his hair. What a diva. Such a diva.
Mm-hmm.
If they had just let that man go to Gold Saucer, and live out his dreams instead of turning him into a monster. My God.
Right.
Instead of sending him off to battle all the time, Lord, it would be a different planet. Tifa, is Sephiroth right? Cloud. I mean, this is going to be so... I'm sorry. I'm sitting trying to read through this. I'm just like, my God, this is going to be insane in part 3. This is so romantic. You know what I'm saying?
Having to listen to Cody and Britt voice these lines is going to oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Brian said I've always wondered about Sephiroth's line there.
I'm going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to be on the floor. I'm just, there's no way I'm not going to be bawling my eyes out through all of this. I mean, this is right out of a soap opera or something. This is such a K-drama going on. What are you so afraid of? Don't worry about me. I'm all right. No matter how confused I am, I won't believe a word that Sephiroth says. Looking at his hands. Oh, my God. It's true that sometimes I can't seem to figure out who I am. Doesn't he look at his hands the same way in Gongaga? Oh, my God. There's a lot of things muddled up in my memories. But Tifa... remember what you said to me? Long time no see, Cloud. Those words will always support me and comfort me. Now, and comfort me is something they added in Ever Crisis. It was very interesting.
Interesting. And something we often talk about how we feel like it was a missed opportunity that they didn't go to Northern Crater with Rebirth. But, it's very... when you look at this dialogue that happens here, a lot of this dialogue does happen in Gongaga during the whole Gongaga sequence.
Yes.
And but the thing is, they took some of this dialogue and they put it in the Gongaga conversation with Cloud and Tifa, and they made it more soft and romantic in that scene. They took it up very kind of OG, and they softened it and turned it into like intensely like romantic bonding moment between Cloud and Tifa.
Yes, absolutely. Like they keep making these I mean, he really tied in so many things to Gongaga. It's crazy.
Yes, he did.
And on purpose.
And that's why that chapter is considered like the best chapter, like almost universally considered the best chapter in all of Rebirth.
Absolutely. I mean, he ties in Northern Crater. He ties in Tifa. He ties in a lot of Tifa being the protagonist in that moment. He ties in, when she becomes party leader type deal is what I'm saying. He ties in, he ties in the live stream scene, high wind scene. I mean, it's crazy.
It's crazy. Like, that was some masterful writing.
Masterful writing. By Jenova. Yes. Those words will always support me and comfort me. I'm the one you grew up with. I'm Cloud of Nibelheim. No matter how much I lose faith in myself, that is the truth. And it is the truth, Cloud. Oh, no.
And it is the truth, which is the most heartbreaking part of this. It's like
oh God, I just want to kill Sephiroth. Leave my babies alone. So Tifa, you don't have to be so scared. I mean, this whole part is just Cloud, like, damn, they're doing a love confession to this girl. You know what I'm saying? Imagine this.
It really is.
Like, this whole section is just him talking to Tifa.
Yes, and he's just like almost pleading with her. It's like, oh my God.
Oh, jeez. No matter what anyone else says to me, it's how you see me that counts. Oh my God.
Oh my God. If they have Cody voice this line, I'm gonna lose it.
I think you're breaking up again, but if Cody,
hello,
yeah, there you go. Okay, but
okay,
it's gonna be insane.
I haven't moved my phone, so I don't know why it breaks up and then it doesn't break up.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll be fine. But okay. Ooh, it's crazy. Yeah. No, that's not true, Cloud. What's not true? Aren't I the same Cloud that you grew up with? That's not what I mean. I don't know how to say it. Cloud, I need some time. Just give me some time. Cloud, don't blame Tifa. I will explain it to you. Jenova has the power to change one's appearance, voice, and manner based on memories of another. Now, remember, everyone, we went through Ifalna's stuff. What did she say? That Jenova could become someone's long lost parent or whatever. She said basically people in their lives. Now, how would Jenova have this information? She would have to be reading their minds and reading through their memories in order to recreate, as she changes herself, recreate herself to present herself to the Cetra as one of their loved ones. Okay, that's what Sephiroth is saying. So now he's telling Tifa, y'all, yes, it's not Tifa's fault. What happened is Jenova read her mind and imprinted these memories on you. Inside of you, Jenova is merged with Tifa's memories. Mm-hmm.
And this is also Rebirth of what Sephiroth tries gaslighting Cloud about, with Tifa trying to convince him that Tifa wasn't real and that she was a creation of Jenova.
Yes, exactly. Hi, Bethany. Exactly. So, of the boys that appear in Tifa's memories, there may have been one named Cloud. Cloud, please, just don't think right now. So, and the way that Nojima seems to be expanding on this, in my opinion, is when Sephiroth said those you love, we always think about Cloud because Cloud is the one that has the immediate reaction to it in terms of Gongaga. And we know that he's been, targeting Cloud's love for Tifa. But Tifa's standing right beside Cloud when Sephiroth says it, everyone. And now, essentially, the way that they could expand upon this using what we got already is, in fact, Cloud is the one who Jenova is, because when she went through your memories, the one boy you loved was named Cloud. She imprinted these memories on this clone to essentially bring back the boy that you've been wanting to reunite with for 7 years. Like, that's how he can spin all this. It's crazy. Man, we are not prepared for this shit for real.
We really are.
Thank Cloud. Oh, excuse me. I suppose you were never given an actual name. He's such an asshole. Shut up, Sephiroth. Do you still not understand? Dan, do you remember the picture we took before we headed for Mount Nibel? Tifa, you remember, right? But there is no way he would know. Now, where is that picture? He goes rob a corpse to get the picture. This man. Ah, here we are. Would you like to see? I must say it turned out good. Cloud, don't. I should be in that picture, but even if I'm not, don't worry. This world is just an illusion that Sephiroth made up. Girl, by the way, speaking of this, did you see a certain something that's going to be released in a certain something in a few days?
I sure did.
Oh, man.
I'm so excited for it.
So excited. And I just can't hide. Okay, so the truth is in my memories. Oh, hey, Horatio. Yeah, he said, hey, everyone. I swear Sephiroth says Tifa's name in this one scene more than the rest of the game combined. And he really says Tifa's name more than anybody other than Cloud. Exactly. I think he's literally only said Aerith's name one time that I can think of. You know what I'm saying? And he's never said Barrett's name as far as I know.
And he doesn't say her name at all. He doesn't say her name at all in OG.
I'm pretty sure that, he doesn't say it at all in OG. I think he says it one time in Rebirth.
No.
But yeah. But he says Tifa multiple times. Because this chick, and it's not because, I just love, it's not like Sephiroth's like, oh, I'm a Cloudy over. But it's because for Sephiroth, yes, Cloud is the object of his hatred/affection. There's a very love-hate relationship going on here and a complete obsession going on here. But Tifa's also a big part of that because Cloud saw Tifa lying there and lost his mind. He was like, okay, I guess we all dying today. Okay. He's like, no. He says, Mom, Tifa, my village. The village is gone. His mother's gone. Tifa lived. And Sephiroth probably didn't even expect her to. Probably wasn't even looking around for her until she showed up at that train station. He's like, oh, damn it. This chick is back again. Oh, my God. So now, Tifa is the wrench in Jenova and Sephiroth's plan. This is what people have to understand. She is the wrench in their plans. Because, yes, she loves Cloud, and she's the only one that knows the real Cloud. But Cloud, they know Cloud is in love with Tifa. As he says, he can see those you fear, those you hate, those you love. Jenova is in Cloud's mind. That's why he fixates his hatred onto Tifa. Aerith is an inconvenience for him. Like once she follows Cloud out of Nibelheim, not Nibelheim, that's hilarious, out of Midgar, and inadvertently helps get the black materia. she's now a nuisance. And he's like, okay, she's, now she's doing this holy thing. All right, it's time to get rid of her. Let's keep it moving. He swats her off like a fly. Now, ultimately, to his detriment, we have to understand that. Because killing her ultimately, is a large part of what saves the planet. So, Sephiroth's hubris has always been his downfall. But as far as like the immediate threat to having control over Cloud, it is 100% Tifa. Okay. So,
and that is why he fixates on her throughout the entirety of Rebirth.
Yes. I mean, even to the point where he shows up in the live stream as his real self and tries to kill her. Like the person that kills Aerith is in fact it's Jenova. I mean, yeah, it's hard to it's hard to really tell the difference. Yeah, they are kind of one and the same. But like that Sephiroth that shows up in Gongaga, she's consumed in the live stream. Like that's him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not a close up. He's like, girl, okay, you got to go because you really causing me problems right now. Okay. And so yeah, like, and that's why in the Japanese and Calm, he says something along the lines of not, what is she? He basically says she's gonna be a problem. Okay. All right, Tifa, all right, chick, you gonna be an issue. Even when you're fighting at the end of and I will continue after this, even when you're fighting at the end of Remake, the lines he's saying to Tifa are stuff like, you're getting in the way. He's mocking Aerith. He's like, you think you can change fate? He's like saying like dismissive, mocking things of Aerith.
He's toying with her like a cat with a mouse with Aerith.
Just like he toys with Cloud. But with Tifa,
he's angry.
Yes.
His words come across as angry. He's like, vanish. Get out of my way. You're in my way.
You're in my way and stuff like that. And so people... Like, at the end of the day, Cloud is just putty in his hands. And with enough push, Cloud is going to break. He's, as the developers have described, as he has described them, he has a mentally weak side that will always fall prey to the darkness. And for people who understand that reference, Kingdom Hearts, yes, there's always a darkness in Cloud's heart that will succumb to Sephiroth. Tifa is the light that always pulls him back. That's why Sephiroth, in every universe, can't stand her ass. Okay. So, all right.
They have this ancient. She is the yin to the yang. You know.
She is the angel to the devil. Yes. All right. So let's keep going. 5 years ago, I came back to Nibelheim to inspect the reactor. I was 16. The town hadn't changed at all. What did I do? Oh yeah. I went to see my mom and all the other people in the town. So all this is true. I spent the night and went to the reactor in Mount Nebel. I was excited about it because that was my first mission after becoming soldier first class. Soldier first class? Soldier? When did I join soldier? How did I join soldier? Why can't I remember? I'm Tamashika said it's funny. Monk says Tifa is the yin to Sephiroth's yang, when yang is the light and yin is the dark. Okay, you got what we meant.
You know what I mean.
It's midnight. Okay, don't get uppity with us about this. Let's see. Horatio said it's funny you mentioned Kingdom Hearts because the way it plays out in Kingdom Hearts, Tifa really does work in similar to one of the princesses of heart being the source of light. Yeah, of course, yeah. All right, but that'd be a whole other conversation. I don't have to worry about any of that because I was Cloud. Let's go, Tifa. I'm all right. Now this transition is what I never quite
Sir,
got.
That is a lie.
Yeah, you anything but all right.
Well,
baby.
For me, yeah. Well, to me, this transition here, where Cloud all of a sudden gets really calm, is the part where I think Cloud is starting to he's accepting Sephiroth's lie at this point. It's like he comes to this conclusion that Sephiroth must be right within this period of time here.
Yeah, and so he's now deciding in his head,
and so
I'm going to help Sephiroth.
This is where he essentially gives up.
Mm-hmm.
This is where he essentially gives up and gives in.
Yes.
That's what that transition is to me.
But he knows he needs to get the black material.
He has resigned himself to his fate at this point.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I think Promised Land is where the northern cave stuff. Yeah. Okay. I was making sure because I didn't want to miss this. Yeah, they're talking about the Promised Land, etc., etc. We're going to keep skipping because we want to get to... We're trying to just get to that little portion where Cloud and Tifa are talking. So otherwise we'll be here all night. Like I said, this thing is over an hour long. If you just play straight through it, it's insane.
Yeah, no, and let's be real. Nobody gives a fuck what Hojo has to say. I found this interesting that I always gave the black materia to Barrett whenever I do my playthroughs, so it's nice to see that it's canonized that we give it to Barrett.
Exactly.
He always made the most sense anyway.
Mm-hmm. Tifa, something's not right here. It got pitch black all of a sudden. Now everyone's gone. Everyone's waiting. Cloud's in trouble. Please, come with me. Help us. Over there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I guess I need to get moving. I always get my friends out of trouble. Well, one might beg to differ, but I love you anyway, Barry.
Yeah, I mean...
He's always talking about a train you can't stop. The man is literally a train. I mean, I seriously wonder who would win in that fight. Because I tell you what, a train hit Barrett Wallace is going to be... That shit going to derail. Okay?
The train's getting derailed.
Yeah. And don't forget the black materia.
I hope so much that they keep that in part 3. I want to see Sephiroth cosplaying Tifa.
Yes. Okay, so what we wanted was in this. Sorry. Okay. Here we go. All right, blah, blah, blah. There we go. Hey, where did you come from? This place is going to get rough. Better leave things to me and get out of here while you still can. Leave things to you? I'm not sure what you mean. This is where the reunion is happening. Where everything begins and ends. Cloud. Now notice everything goes dark when she tries to say his name. This is very similar to what occurred in Gongaga. This is what we mean by Nojima took pieces of all the big stuff that goes on with Cloud and Tifa and like smashed it into Gongaga in one brilliant move. It's crazy. We're here to help you. Thanks, Barrett. Where's the black materia? It feels like he's breaking because like he keeps holding his head, but then he comes back and he's just acting normal, quote unquote normal. You get what I'm saying? Cloud.
Yeah, it's like he's
snapping in and out.
He's trying to hold it together.
Yeah. It's safe. I have it. Give it to me. I'll take it from here. And he knows he's lying to Barrett. You can't hear my voice? You all right? Like he's using Barrett's trust in him. You know, like, man, this is going to be just brutal. Okay, then here.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of pressure holding on to this thing. No, don't. Please stop, Cloud. It's almost like Tifa's not, you know, and again, I wonder if this is part of what's going on. Like, can you imagine just for a moment? You know how Tifa sees those two different versions of what's going on the altar with Cloud and Aaron? What if, like, Tifa's there, but almost not in the same plane or something, and that's why she can't be heard or something? Wouldn't Barrett find it weird that she's just standing there completely silent while all this is going down? Now that's also possible. I mean, I'm super like curious as to how they're going to explain this, because if there's a third party member, you know, whoever gives him the black material, probably almost certainly Barrett. Why is Tifa just standing there not saying anything, and she's waving her arms, shouting, you know what I'm saying, and trying to shout, and Barrett's like, okay, whatever, right. You know.
Yeah, that was always strange to me with OG. So hopefully they find some way to address that.
Yes, exactly. And that's what people have to understand. The Reed trilogy is not about turning this into a completely different game. There's a lot of stuff that was not explained, or that was poorly explained, or that was missable in the OG. Now, if you were a freak like me and Monk, who played it 10,000 times and found every damn thing and you know, read all the source material and shit, yeah, you picked up what was going on generally. But what they want to do is solidly put the compilation in one trilogy and explain all of these things that didn't quite make sense, or it was given a kind of a flimsy explanation or skipped over, including the live stream scene. And a lot of this expansion on the live stream scene, on the live stream, I believe, is to explain the mechanics of the live stream scene. Because what people have to understand is, if a Cetra wasn't needed in OG, how are they going to, I mean, just as an example of things that people say in this fandom, okay? If a Cetra wasn't needed in OG, why would one be needed 30 years later? It doesn't make sense. So there's got to be mechanics that already exist within the realm of this story that explain how Cloud and Tifa are able to achieve this. You know what I'm saying? They don't really get into the details of it. It just happens, you know, and we all accept it and we all love it. But there's certain things like that weren't quite, the mechanics weren't quite explained. So that's one major thing I think they're trying to dig in and fix. And then stuff like this. There's a lot of weird shit that goes on in Northern Crater. And they're also trying to explain this stuff too.
Yeah, it's a very, very strange, surreal part of the game for sure.
Please wait just a little longer. Now that's real Cloud talking to.
Now I saw somebody not mention this. I forget who, but they talked about how it seems like Cloud is begging Sephiroth for a chance to say goodbye to everyone.
Oh man. This sucks. Everyone, thanks for everything, and I'm sorry. Oh my god. Especially you, Tifa. I'm really sorry. You've been so good to me. I don't know what to say. I never lived up to being Cloud. I'm going to pass out 10 times. Maybe one day you'll meet the real Cloud.
What's so like heartbreaking about this? You know what's so heartbreaking about this is that Cloud's whole thing is that he wants to be someone worthy of Tifa and stuff, and he wasn't satisfied being himself. He's like, oh, I gotta go join Soldier. I gotta be this big hero and stuff. And then when you get to the Northern Crater, all Cloud wants to do is just be real Cloud.
Yes. Oh.
And it's like, oh my god.
This breaks your heart. Oh my god. Okay. Tifa breaking down in tears. She don't know what to do, this poor baby. Oh. So now the rest of this, because we're going to keep skipping because this has already been an hour and 50 minutes. So yeah, that's the big like heartbreaking thing. He starts hanging out on the ceiling, which I never understood either, but okay. And then this is when
I think it just kind of plays into that whole like alien aspect of it, like, because at the end of the day, Cloud is still injected with alien cells. So this reunion that's taking place, is still activating those Jenova cells in his system.
Yeah.
So he's being drawn to the host. So them having flying around up there like a little insect kind of plays into that.
Yeah.
There's something very like inhuman about it, it's otherworldly.
Yeah, exactly. Again, there's going to be such a trippy event going on in Northern Korea. The whole thing is going to be insane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely insane.
Now, they did modify this a bit. I think there's certain things they don't, like, it feels to me, like, because Ever Crisis is a condensed version. And there are some things that they just kind of skip past, because they don't show where Tifa was knocked out. But I don't think that's necessary. I mean, when she wakes up 7 days later, I'm just saying, I don't think that they're going to skip over it in part 3, but I also think they're being careful not to, there's certain things for whatever reason they're glossing over a bit. But I think still will be expanded on for sure. Shown and expanded on in part 3. So, well, the reason I say that is, don't think every change is going to be a 1-to-1. Like when I mentioned Cloud and Tifa are the only ones in that Nibelheim. That makes sense that, beyond it seeing it in Ever Crisis, it just makes sense. What does Red 13 have to do with any of that? It's just, he'll just be standing there, you know what I'm saying? Or saying things distracted from the situation. If they make that change, it would make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. All right, let's do this.
What it does is it exemplifies who is actually important to that scene.
Yes.
Who is crucial to this part of the story.
That's another thing.
Signifies to me.
Absolutely. That is an excellent point, Monk. If just any old person could be up in there with Cloud, they would have put the whole cast. They would have you'd have had the option to put Barry there instead of Tifa. No. Cloud and Tifa are the core. Cloud, Tifa, and Sephiroth are the core of that scene. That's why it doesn't matter who the third party member is. They don't even barely speak anyway, and nothing changes based on what they say. Because they're not the focus. All right, let's do the 7 days later. And then we got one more. I want to see Tifa's little thing, and then we'll wrap it up. Oh, this break my heart. Cloud. Now, again, when we talked about Gongaga, what does this remind you of?
Mm-hmm. Your words can't reach him now.
No, don't take him too.
And then she says, no, don't take him too. Oh, no, my please. God.
I didn't know what to do.
I actually superimposed. Sorry, I said I actually superimposed the dialogue from Rebirth onto this scene when this chapter first dropped. And it hurt.
Oh, man. Then Shamiko said, what do you mean Nibelheim Trinity are the only ones relevant to the Nibelheim storyline? Le gasp.
Le gasp.
Yes, I know. Shocking, Yeah, and John said whoever you choose in OG as your third member has almost no effect on. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they might as well not even be there. Thus, what we just saw. Mm-hmm. All right. I didn't know what to do. I've never known what to do since we met again. And all of this is explained, like, of course, in OG. And people just don't want to listen because they just got it in their heads. They're going to choose the story in their heads over what's actually on it. It's obvious why Tifa didn't just come out and say, hey, everything you believe is a lie. You were never there. You know what I'm saying? Good God.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Poor kid. All right, so they all think he's a Mako junkie. People are just passing him by thinking he's some sort of Mako junkie, not helping him. Tifa, with her kind soul, this is how she met Zangan too, by the way. She saw somebody in trouble and went to help. Are you all right?
And she has no idea that this is Cloud. It was just that somebody needed her help that she came to running over to them.
Exactly. Tifa? I love it. He recognizes Tifa first. Tifa! And see that flash, like, real Cloud lights up, because he's just been a zombie this whole time. Real Cloud lights up the second he realizes that's Tifa, and she's still alive, because he really thought she died that day.
Mm-hmm.
He had nothing to live for after. I mean, in his mind, you know. He just succumbed to being a puppet. Oh, Cloud! That's right. I'm Cloud. And you see how weird his words are. Like, who talks like that? Is it really you, Cloud? I can't believe it's you. And to run into you here of all places. Yeah, it's been a while. What happened to you? You don't look well. Yeah? No, Lord, doing the Zack thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing. I'm okay. So Mom's Flat Dog mentions Dear Destiny. And I'm curious how they're going to, you know, tweak this to make Dear Destiny work. Because she is told there's some blonde, hot blonde soldier running around Sector 7. And she goes running out the bar, I believe. So I'm very curious how this all meshes together and plays out. Because Nojima clearly has a plan here. I mean, the man is, oh my God.
So the way I think this might even be the case is that maybe the blonde soldier that she's told about may not even be Cloud. It just, she thinks it might be him. So she perks up and runs out.
Maybe
but
it is Roche.
Yeah, it might be Roche. And then, so it's like a false alarm almost. But Nojima gives you just enough to kind of give you that hint that it hints towards this reunion here, but it wasn't the actual reunion.
Yeah, that's
if that
very
makes sense.
possible.
I don't know.
That's very possible. It's possible that
I don't know.
it's a soft retcon,
but
as John said. He said it could be a soft retcon, and it could be. I'm just curious how then this would play out, because she's not just casually walking by; she's looking for him. You know, but like you said, it could be. You know, it could be the hug before the kiss. Like, a lot of people felt psyched out when he hugged her first. They were like, oh my God, damn it, I thought he was going to kiss. And then people start screaming on camera, screaming on stream when they realize, oh, they really are going to kiss. So maybe, you know, and we're going to see some expansion of this somewhere. I mean, he's going to tell us what happened. You know what I'm saying? So, so exactly. It could very well be Roche, or not even that it's Roche that Jesse was talking about. Roche could just by coincidence also be there. So she runs into Roche first, says, damn it, it's not the same, it's not who I was thinking of. And then she's just casually walking along, you know, maybe sad, whatever. I guess I'll never see Cloud again or something like that. And then she sees somebody.
She sees him laying.
Yeah, she sees somebody who needs help. God. I could very much see that happening. Oh my God. Yeah,
exactly. Oh my God.
Because even if she said blonde, spiky, I mean, you know, Roche hair. I mean, it's something. I don't know what she described it as, but yeah. So, oh my God, this is gonna be crazy. It's nothing. I'm okay. How long has it been? Okay, so we all know the train station scene. 5 years. He says 5 years. She's like, what the hell are you talking about? And Tifa explains, no, it's been 7 years. Well, she could have, they said if she was at the train station, wouldn't she be out looking for somebody or going somewhere? She could have been going somewhere. Remember, they're scouting around. You know, this is along the same time that they're planning their first reactor bombing. So she could be doing some recon stuff like that. She's going to sector 1 to, do a little more surveillance. I mean, there's a lot of reasons she could be at that train station. You joined soldier after you quit. Let's see. Now you're a mercenary. See, and he didn't say anything about the mercenary thing, but I think she's just summarizing. We only see the train station, but we know what they showed us in Cloud's character story. So it seems like she's just doing a general summary of things that happened after they reunited, but before the first bombing mission. But something was wrong. I felt like some of the things you were talking about were strange. All the things you didn't know, but you should. All and other things you shouldn't know, but did. That's very similar to what Cloud says, by the way, in Gongaga.
Yeah.
They'll want the novel to serve as a primer for part 3, for sure. Absolutely, Brian. I wanted to clear things up. But I was afraid if I asked too much, you would go somewhere far away again. Now, the Japanese makes it clear that, and then Cloud's character story makes it clear that, in fact, when she would try to broach the truth with Cloud, he'd start spazzing out. And I didn't want that. I didn't know what to do. All I knew is that I needed more time. That's why I told you about the avalanche job. I wanted to be with you and watch you. Crazy. So bright. The glare. You'll be better soon. You've been asleep for a long time. I'm hungry. Hey, why don't you ask?
Girl, say.
No, right? About him. That's why we about to get up out of here, girl. Yeah, I'm about to go eat. Because I'm scared. Don't worry, Dan. I don't know what happened to Cloud either. Though I guess I shouldn't tell you not to worry. None of the others know anything either. We don't know if he's all right or what. And it's been 7 days. So this is the second time she's been in basically unconscious, coma, whatever you would call it, for 7 days. He's alive, right? What about Sephiroth? I don't think he's come back quite yet. Remember that big light in the northern cave? Since then, it's been surrounded by this huge barrier of light. Looks like it's protecting Sephiroth while he sleeps in that big hole. We can't do a damn thing about it. Okay, so remember the huge monster? Okay, so he's just talking about what just happened. Kind of summarizing for everybody.
Yeah.
So she asked what about Meteor, and that's what he's showing her. And this is like a big moment in the original game. It's going to be a big moment in the next game, man. Do we just give up? Dunno. Barrett. All right, so they go on to... now, one thing, Rufus says, I thought Cloud would come and save y'all. In Japanese, he actually says, I thought Cloud would come to save Tifa. Okay, again, Cena fucking everything up. But he specifically said...
laid a cloud trap using Tifa as bait.
Exactly. It's so weird he didn't... It's so weird he didn't use Aerith as the bait or something.
What's the best way to... Yeah, what's the best way to catch a wild cloud? Oh, I know. Tifa.
As Tifa jumps from the end of the cannon, the airship pilot... Okay, so... This is the part where Tifa becomes party leader. Yes.
My ship is here, finally. Sorry.
Yeah, you good. Forget it. What's all this about? Alright, so I'm skipping over to what they talk about when they get inside. Skip. Yeah, Agent of Chaos, frankly, based on certain things that occurred, I don't know, we might have dodged a bullet by Rebirth ending on Aerith's death. We really might have dodged a bullet on that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Poor Yuffie. You would think the fresh air would help. So like how, I love this because like how Cloud would walk into a room and the group would turn and be looking at him, you know? Like Tifa's having that moment. You hear this triumphant music with the high wind scene, with the high wind in the back. Man. It's like now all eyes are on Tifa. Come on, you can act a little more excited than that. Sid. Yeah, all right. It's fine. We're missing some crew. Do you think we're not strong enough without Cloud? Do you think we can't save the planet without him? Meteor's coming and Weapon is on the rampage. Now again, I mentioned this before. It's multiple weapons. Why they made it a singular one in this, I don't know, to be perfectly honest with you. But it could also be related to the fact that the event only had one weapon too. But even in this, the other event had a completely different weapon. So obviously there's more than one weapon. I don't know. I would just chalk that up to weird gotcha game stuff.
I chalk that up to oversight.
Yeah.
I chalk that up to
honestly.
oversight.
At a time like this, I don't know what the answer is. No idea at all. Don't say that, Tifa. Come on, let's all think about this.
Sorry, excuse me.
Bless you. Because there's no way we're getting off this train we're on. If only Cloud was here, everything would be fine. Cloud would stand that cocky little way that he does and tell us what to do. Like now she's finding herself in Cloud's position. You know. Oh man, oh my God, I'm freaking out. He'd say, everything's under control, Tifa. Tifa, when did you become such a wimp? I'm sorry, Barrett. I'm so depressed. I'm surprised at myself. So the Ultimania basically says with Cloud's absence, she becomes like when she loses Cloud again, she realizes how much she needs him. That's what this is all about. And well, I don't want to misquote the other part, but yeah.
Yeah.
Tifa, who we all thought was Cloud is, I know. That's why I want to make sure. That's why I have to see him again. So while Tifa is uncertain, she doesn't know what to do about Meteor. She doesn't know how to find Cloud, what to do. You know, she's now running this group. You know, she's party leader, but she has conviction. She says, I need to know the truth. I'm going to find him again. And that's her conviction there.
Yeah. And that is going to be her mission when she takes over Part 3.
Yes.
Like, her big goal is to go save Cloud.
Yes. Well, as long as you stay alive, you just might see him again someday. So cheer up, sis. Like, notice this. Nobody's saying, oh, you'll see Aerith again one day or whatever, the Cloud at the end of Rebirth. They're like, all right, let's just keep going. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, oh, she's gone. Let's keep it moving.
See, this is what always frustrates me about, people who try to, like, elevate Aerith above Cloud when it comes to, like, importance as a character. Like, when you lose Aerith, everybody keeps it moving. Yes, they're all sad that she died. She was their friend.
Yeah, exactly.
At the same time, things don't come to a screeching halt when you lose Aerith. When you lose Cloud, the party comes to a halt, basically. And
yes, they don't know what to do.
Their entire thing is, we got to go find Cloud.
Yes. So, and I mean, and if you think about Gongaga, when Tifa's lost and Cloud collapses, he's there, but the fact that Tifa's in there and Cloud has collapsed, they don't know what to do other than to wait for Tifa. Why would they even think Tifa was still alive? How long was she in that water? You know what I'm saying? They just all get swallowed up by a monster.
Cloud is clearly given Cloud had clearly given up. Like, he reverted back into the state he was at the train station.
Exactly. And yet, and the party, like you said, comes to a halt. They don't have Tifa to save Cloud, and they don't have Cloud to guide them. So they're just at a standstill. They don't know what to do.
Exactly.
And so even though, they pretty much allude, they're not sure that was ever Cloud to begin with, and whatever. They're looking at Tifa, her conviction, they're looking now to her to lead. That's why Barrett's like, hey, get it in order. You know what I'm saying? He's not even saying, hey, I'm going to go, hey, I'll be the new Cloud. He's looking to Tifa to step up to that role. And Tifa's using her conviction of seeing and saving Cloud to motivate her to keep going. And that gives, they encourage her to do that. They all encourage her to do that. And that encourages them and to keep on this journey. And I love this line. I know that I will see him again.
Exactly. Like, she is not.
That's her mission. I know I will see him again. And this is a line about, say it with me, reunion. Okay. Reunion. Yep. There's no declaring of a reunion, at the in Forgotten Capital, whatever. It's one on vengeance, Sephiroth has taken so much from us, and now he's taken Aerith. We need to stop Sephiroth. We need to avenge the people that we've lost, etc. That's the thing. That's the sentiment. But here, Tifa's last declaration, I will see him again. It is so good. Oh my God. All right, so that's all I wanted to cover. You got any closing thoughts? Whoo, girl, this was a wild ride.
Yeah, my closing thoughts are, this just made me all the more like sane waiting for part 3.
Yes.
I need part 3. Like, I need oxygen at this point.
Man, look, and I was being quite patient about it until this damn game dropped all this, and
like,
now Ever Crisis has completely brain rotted me for part 3. Okay,
right?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And again, I love this music, the way it swells here. It just feels so like you feel hope,
right?
For the first time, really, since Aerith's death, you feel hope. You feel like we can still do this.
Like, everything from Northern Crater through Medial and through the live stream scene, that is my favorite part of FF7.
Yeah, it is going to be so good.
It's the reason why I'm such a big FF7 fan at all.
And they're gonna expand so much on that shit too. My God, on that meaty portion. And that's why it's like, I don't know what the future holds for Ever Crisis, to be honest with you, but I just keep getting this feeling that part 3 news is coming soon, because what a hell of a way to get people hyped up than to give us all of this in Ever Crisis and end it on this. Tifa declaring she's going to find and save Cloud. You know what I'm saying? Which is her, now her coming into her true heroine's role. She is a heroine because she helped save the planet. But her true heroine's role is saving Cloud. Oh,
exactly.
Man. Incredible. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm hoping we'll get some more part 3, get any part 3 news soon. A lot of people are hoping for Summer Game Fest. I hear everybody talking about Summer Game Fest, because Rebirth comes out a couple of days before Summer Game Fest. And now we got this whole Tekken Street Fighter thing. And when that might be announced and all that. Oh man. And if you aren't aware, there's now this pop-up bar that's going to be happening called Lemon Heaven, but they're recreating the bar to look like Seventh Heaven, and it's going to be during Golden Week, which is interesting. And it ends, I believe it ends on Tifa's birthday. So now you got to be wondering, what the hell is that about? Okay.
Right? And what's so funny is that we literally just had a Seventh Heaven event
A
in Los
couple of
Angeles.
months ago, yeah, and it was for 4 months. It was from September actually it was from September to January. So it must have done so well. They extended it a month. I mean, crazy. And like all the voice actors came to it. I think Hamaguchi went to it. And now a couple of months later, they're doing it again somewhere. Not like just, hey, pop up shop, pop up Seventh Heaven. And they said, I believe they even said in celebration of Rebirth. So they did it in celebration of Remake coming out. Now they're doing a celebration of Rebirth. This is crazy.
Right.
There's just so much Tifa. And then Tifa, like I mentioned to y'all before, Tifa was the #1 character by landslide that everybody wanted to see in Dissidia. We already know we've gotten her mentioned by name. Cloud has the Cloudy Wolf on him. There's plenty of hints going on. There's something, you know what I'm saying? So I would not be surprised. And frankly, with the Dissidia games, I mean, it's a history of Tifa always being in them. So, I mean, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when.
Exactly.
So, and they just announced 3 new characters in the last month. You know what I'm saying? So they just adding characters and adding characters. Tifa's birthday is in 2 weeks. Just saying. It's crazy. Yeah. Oh, and speaking of Tifa's birthday, the Under the Stars Discord will be celebrating her birthday. CloudXTifa.com will be celebrating her birthday. There's going to be a whole lot of hype around Tifa's birthday. Always is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right, everyone. It was great seeing y'all. Hope y'all have a wonderful night and whatever time of day it is for you, night, day, whatever. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful rest of your week. And we will see y'all later. Bye.